Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Deola Adu and this is still this library. In today's episode, we're going into the classroom. We're going to be learning mathematics. In the studio with me, I have a math guru. It's also an English guru, who is going to simplify mathematics for us in a way that you have never experienced it before. That way, you'll be able to help your children in class. But for this week, we're going to be talking about mathematics. This series is a two-part series. So today's episode is the first one. And with me in the studio is Mr. Ikechukwu Anyawu.
Right, today, we'll be learning how to double and halve even numbers. It's proper for children to know how to double and halve even numbers. Then from there, we'll move on to doubling and halving odd numbers.
Awesome! So, right, let's jump into the classroom and start learning.
Like I said, we'll be halving and doubling even numbers. I'm going to take you through some examples. Let's start with the first one. Alright, example 1. If you're asked to halve 32, we know that 32 is an even number. So we're going to partition 32 with respect to the place value. The place value of 3 here is 3/10, which is the same thing as 30. And 3 lots of 10, that is 30. And the place value of 2 is 2 ones, 2 lots of 1, which is the same thing as 2. Now, because we are halving, I know that the half of 30 is 15. And the half of 2 is 1. Because 1 plus 1 is 2. Then 15 plus 15 is 30. When you double 15, you get 30. So to halve 32, 15 plus 1 is 16. So it means half of 32 is 16. I'm going to take you through the second example. Example 2. I'm going to have 64. Don't forget, we're dealing with even numbers first. Alright, so with respect to the place value, I'm going to partition 64 into tens and ones. And this is because 64 is a 2-digit number. So this is 6 tens, which is 60. 6 tens is the same as 60. That is 6 lots of 10. Alright, then 4 ones is the same as 4. That is 4 times 1 is 4, or 4 lots of 1 is 4. Now, since I have partitioned 64 into tens and ones, I'm going to halve 60. I know that half of 60 is 30 because half of 6 is 3. So when it's 10 times bigger, it is 60. So half of 6 is 3, then half of 4 is 2. I know that 2 plus 2 is 4, and 30 plus 30 is 60. So 30 plus 2 will give us 32. This means half of 64 is 32. You can check if your answer is correct. Now let's do this. Let's check. I'll check by adding 32 to itself. That is 32 plus 32. I know that this is 3 tens and 2 ones. It's also 3 tens and 2 ones. So I'll go with the ones. 2 plus 2 is 4. Then 3 tens plus 3 tens is 6 tens. So this is the same thing with this. So it means my answer here is correct. So whenever you want to have a particular number, the first thing you need to do is to partition the number based on its place value. I have a 2-digit number, which is 32. I know that this is 3 tens, which is 30. Then 2 ones, which is 2. Then I'll have 30. If I have 30, I'll get 15. If I have 2, I'll get 1. Halving means dividing by 2. Alright, so 15 plus 1 is 16. So 16 plus 16 will also give us 32. Now to the second example, 64. 6 tens, which is the same thing as 60. That is 6 lots of 10, or 10 lots of 6. I hope you know the commutative property which works for addition and multiplication. So 4 ones is 4. So when I have 60, I'll get 30. That is, half of 6 is 3. So half of 60, when it's 10 times bigger, is 30. Then half of 4 is 2. Because 2 plus 2 is 4. So when I add 30 to 2, that is 3 tens and 2 ones. That will give me 32. So I had to check if this answer is correct. This is my answer when I have 64. This is my answer. So 32 plus 32 is 64. The same thing applies to half of 32. I know that when I add 16 to itself, when I double 16, I'll get 32. Let's check that. I have 16 plus 16. I know that 6 plus 6 is 12. So I'll have 2 ones. Then I'll take a 10 to the tens place, because 12 means 1 10 and 2 ones. So 10 to the tens place, I'll have 10, 1 10 plus 2 tens plus 3 tens. That is 3. So it means my answer is correct. I hope you understand this. Alright, like I said, we will be doubling even numbers. Now, to double even numbers, all you need to do is to partition those numbers based on the place value. I'm going to take you through some examples. Let's start with the first one. Example 1. If you're asked to double 34, I know that 34 is an even number. So I'm going to double 34 based on its place value. 3 here is 3 tenths. 3 tenths is the same thing as 30. Alright? 3 lots of 10 or 10 lots of 3. That's the commutative property that works for multiplication. That is 3 times 10 is the same thing as 10 times 3. So 3 lots of 10, 3 tenths, 30. Then 4 ones is the same thing as 4. 4 ones means 4 times 1 or 1 times 4. Don't forget, commutative property, it works for multiplication and addition. 4 times 1 is 4. 1 times 4 is 4. The order does not change the answer. Alright, so since I'm doubling 34, I have partitioned 34 based on its place value. To double means to add the number to itself, as in that number times 2. So if I double 30, I'll get 60, because I know that 3 plus 3 is 6. So when it is 10 times bigger, it is 60. I also know that double 4 means 4 plus 4, or 4 times 2. 4 plus 4 is 8. So 60 plus 8 will give us 68. That's all. It is not difficult. Very easy. The first thing you need to do is to partition these numbers, as in break them down based on the place value of each digit. I know that 3 here means 3 tenths, and 4 here means 4 ones. So when I double 3 tenths, which is 30, I'll have 60. When I double 4, 4 plus 4, I'll get 8. Don't forget, 30 plus 30 is 60. 4 plus 4 is also 8. So 60 plus 8 is 68. I'm going to take you through the second example. Alright, so if I have, for example, double 124. This is a 3-digit number. The first example I solved here was a 2-digit. This is a 3-digit number. So I'm going to partition this based on its. Alright, so I'm going to partition 124 based on the place value of each digit. So this is 100. So this is 2 tenths. 2 tenths is something as 20. That is 2 lots of 10 or 10 lots of 2. Don't forget, 2 times 10 is 20. 10 times 2 is also 20. They are the same. The order will not change the answer. Now, 4 here means 4 ones. That is 4 times 1 is 4, or 1 times 4 is also 4. Now that I've partitioned this number based on the place value of each digit, all I need to do is to double each of them. I know that double 100 is 200, because when you double 1, you get 2. So when it is bigger, it becomes 200. Double 20 means I'll be having an answer which is equal to 40, because 20 plus 20 is 40. Then when I double 4, I'll get 8. So at this point, I'm going to add 200 to 40, then to 8. So 200 to 40, or 200 plus 40 is 240. 240 plus 8 is 248. This is my answer. I know that this is 8 ones. 0 here is a placeholder for 40. The 0 here is also a placeholder. So 8 plus 0 is 8. 4 tenths plus 0 here, which is a placeholder, will give me 4 tenths. Then I know I have 200 here. This does not have 100. So 200 will give me 248. So that's it. Alright, this time we're going to double odd numbers. So I'm going to take you through some examples. Let's go with the first one. Example 1. If I'm to double 35, I know that 35 is an odd number. So I'm going to partition 35 based on the place value of each digit. So here I have 3 tenths, which is now 30, and I have 5 ones. Now to double 30, I know that double 3 is 6, so double 30 is 60. Then double 5 is 10, because 5 plus 5 is 10. So at this point I'm going to add 60 to 10. So 60 plus 10 will give us 70. Now I can check if this answer is correct, because when you double, it means you're adding the number to itself or that number times 2. So to check if my answer is correct, I'll simply do 35 times 2. I know that using the column method, 2 times 5 is 10. Alright, 0. Carry 1 to the tens place. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1, 7. So this is 17, which is the same thing as this. I can as well decide to do 35 plus 35. 5 plus 5 is 10, alright, 0. Carry 1 to the tens place. So 1 10 plus 3 tens will give me 4 tens. 4 tens plus 3 tens will give me 7 tens. You can see this and this are the same with this. So I'll go with the second example. Example 2. Double 43. I know that 43 is an odd number. So I'm going to partition 43 based on the place value of each digit. Here I have 4 tens, which is 40. That is 4 lots of 10 or 10 lots of 4. Then I also have 3 ones, which is something as 3. So when I double 40, I'll have 80, because 40 plus 40 is 80. Because 4 plus 4 is 8. Then with the 0, I have 80. Then double 3 is 6. This is because 3 plus 3 is 6. So 80 plus 6 will give me 86. That's my final answer. But I can check if this answer is correct. I can simply do this. I can do this by saying 43 plus 43. Using the column method, I know that 3 plus 3 is 6. Then 4 plus 4 is 8. This will give me 86. Or I can as well decide to say 43 times 2. Don't forget, we're doubling, we're multiplying by 2. 2 times 3, using the column method, will also give me 6. Then 2 times 4 is 8. You can see this and this are the same thing with the final answer. So that is it.
Wow, did you enjoy that? I hope you have learned 1 or 2 things in mathematics. This is a 2-part series. Coming up next week, he's still going to be with me in this library, and we're still going to be talking about mathematics. Thanks for staying with me this long, and remember to give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Till next week, when we keep talking about mathematics. See you around.